Well, welcome to Porsche Center London. My name is Chris Yellman. I'm one of the globally certified Porsche brand ambassadors here. I'd like to welcome you into the dealership today. Follow me. Well, a little bit of history about Porsche Center London. We've been in the area for over about 13 years. This new location has been here for about 4 years now. So fully redesigned, fully up-to-date, state-of-the-art technology when we go to, build your vehicle. And then again, state-of-the-art technology when we get to the back to when we service it. So we're right up to date for everything. So let's walk through the process of building a new Porsche. So if you'd like to follow me to the fitting lounge, let's just go take a look. Welcome to the fitting lounge. This is where we make dreams come true, right? How do we do that? Well, we can customize everything, right from your seatbelts, paint, trim, gear shifter, door sills, carpet, door handles, vents. This is what we're able to do to make this car special just for you. If you don't like any of our standard colors that are available or standard interiors that are available, we can also customize any of the paints that you like, any of the blues, greens, browns, reds, oranges, yellows, you name it, we're able to do this, right? And again, coming right down to when we look at our materials and different interiors too as well. Almost limitless to make your own car. So not only can we just customize any of the really special cars that we have, we can also do the same thing to our daily commuters. Like I mentioned, the Macan and the Cayenne, and those really great Boxster and Cayman models too as well. Those are such great cars and we can do amazing things with them. And as you can see, we have such an array of, colors and vibrant things and just everything to go to just make the Porsche brand such an experience. But I guess one of the big things that we really focus on is heritage. Heritage, heritage, heritage. That's the keystone of this brand. And when we talk about that too as well, and we take all these great cars and we go right into the service area. Now we're into sort of the heart of the dealership, which is our service department. We have a lot of really great techs. We have some gold level techs, some silver level techs in here too as well. And they go for multiple hours of training yearly, just to keep up with that, right? And again, this is where you want your Porsche certified, at the dealership, by the Porsche trained technicians. With all the right equipment, all the right tools. As you can see, we have everything. It's all laid out nice and easily, so we can make it a nice, easy service, a nice, easy transition for you. Again, Porsche branded parts, Porsche branded warranted parts. Again, I know I feel most comfortable when I'm getting my vehicle serviced at the dealer. Do I drive a Porsche? Occasionally. Now the process is all completed. Vehicles arrived, we're all excited, and we finished with our business managers, completing all the necessary documents, putting new plates on your car. This is where we're gonna go. And this is where the excitement continues. Right in our delivery bay. This is where we unveil your new vehicle. We help you walk through your new car with myself and our Porsche Pro, introduce you to the service team, introduce you to the rest of the team here, and we welcome you to the Porsche London family and the Porsche family itself. What a great experience and what a great send-off. So again, thank you for your time. Chris, one of the globally certified Porsche brand ambassadors here at Porsche Center London. Feel free to reach out to us. even if you just want to come in and look around, we'd be happy to host you at the dealership. Thank you.
Hi, this is my wife Charlotte, and I'm Charlie. I'm trying to think. I think in my teens is when I kind of got started into cars. My brother actually had 3 cars on his wall. It was a Lamborghini, a Porsche 911 Turbo, and a Ferrari Testarossa. And from there, it just kind of expanded as I got older and older. And then I met my wife Charlotte, and she's into cars.
Yeah, when I was a child, my dad used to take me for Sunday drives to car dealerships to look at all the new cars that came out. So that was really how my love of cars started, was young with my dad.
Yeah, and I actually asked her if she could drive manual, and she did, so bonus point.
Score.
Yeah, so then we kind of got into cars. At first it was minis, because they were manuals, and then we kind of got into the sports cars. And we said, hey, let's go to a Porsche dealership. So we went in Toronto, and they were great there. They showed us a car, we could start a car, hear the exhaust, all that sort of thing, and we're like, wow. So we had a dealership here in London, and we were like, hey, let's check that out.
Yeah, let's see if they treat us the same way.
Yeah.
And we walked in, and they were super friendly and let us test drive a Porsche right away, and fell in love and got our first Cayman S. That was 6 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually it was a 2018 Cayman S. And then after that, we just kind of went on and said, hey, we want a GT4, because that's the next step up. And to be honest with you, it was kind of a dream. I didn't expect to get the car or anything, and then next thing you know, we got a call, and we had one of the first GT4s in Canada, actually, that came in.
Yeah. And then from there, we decided that from the GT4, we wanted to move up to a GT3. And we got really, really lucky and got an allocation for a paint to sample GT3.
Yeah, which is this car behind us. And this is a lighter green, or formerly known as jade green. So it's a 1970s color, really kind of retro. So that's why we went with that, because I was born in the 70s. I don't want to date myself, but I'm a little bit older. But yeah, so then we went with kind of like the traditional steel brakes with the black satin rims. We kind of wanted a very, we wanted the color itself to kind of represent. We didn't want to have too many colors going on. And then of course we did the bucket seats, carbon bucket seats, and the manual transmission, which was like the icing on the cake. So yeah.
You can't say enough about Porsche London. They've been really good to us.
My name is Kent Mascotta. I'm here today at Porsche of London. You're looking at my 1971 911 Targa. The car itself, I've owned it for 35 years. In the process, I have rebuilt the entire vehicle. In fact, we drove away from our wedding 30 years ago. So it's been a family heirloom, and frankly, will probably be buried in it at the end of the day. The car itself is a T. There was 3 variations of the car. There was T, E, and S. This engine is a combination of T, E, and S. T was the carburation Webers. S was the pistons and cylinders, so a higher compression motor, faster, and then the E cams were a broader cam that would give power throughout the power range. It's a great car. We've owned it for a long time, and yeah, I love it. Thank you.
Great, hi, I'm Mike Peerless from here in London, Ontario. This is my 2024 911 Dakar. I started getting into cars when I was a kid, like many people do. My dad was into cars. We had some interesting cars like Datsun 240Zs and things like that. It was a lot of fun. And as I got older, I always wanted to get a 911 and eventually got myself to a point where I could. So I've had a bunch of 911s, I track them, I've had GT3s and other Porsches. This 2024 Dakar I got here at Porsche of London. You know, I spec'd out every bit of it from the beginning. Took 8 months or so to come in after we did that. You go inside here and you pick everything from the color of the calipers to the exact color of the wheels, the paint, the decals, whether the mirrors are carbon fiber, the roof is carbon fiber. You know, everything you want. This car, you know, has red stitching. I like the red accents with the car. This is an off-road 911 that I drive as a daily driver every day, all year round. Snow, gravel roads, dirt roads, anywhere. One of my things I was able to do in this car is spec the door sills that say maximum havoc, which is kind of my motto. But you know, the car has red tow hooks front and back to pull it out of sand dunes and things like that. It's got steel underbody, protects the car if you're off-road or in, you know, terrible potholes and things like that. Bad Ontario roads are good for this car because you can drive it anywhere. It doesn't matter. You can run it over raised manhole covers or, you know, curbs or anything. Anywhere you can take a Jeep, you can take this thing. So it's pretty fun. You know, great experience buying the car here at Porsche of London. You know, they service it, although these things hardly need any service. They oil change once a year, that's about it. So, you know, great cars, a lot of fun. A lot of fun to be able to have a car like this and to be able to drive it all year round. And you know, it's what I do. I drive the crap out of it.
Hi there, I'm Hugh Hudson. This is my 1969 912 Porsche. I've had it for about 25 years. It was pretty rough when I bought it. I got it out of New York State and just over the years played with it, getting to look like this. Now a lot of people go, what's a 912? A 912 is a 911, everything about it, except it has 2 less cylinders. So it's a 4-cylinder instead of a 6. Back then, it was like $400 cheaper than a 911, but it outsold the 911 from 65 to 69. Most people don't know that, and it's not the real collectible ones 911s are. What I like about this car is, well, I used to have a Miata, which was new and reliable, but then I wanted something classic, the smell of gas. It's a fun driving car. It's not too fast. It's only 100 horsepower, but it's a classic and just really enjoy that.
Good morning, Alex. I'm here with my 1985 Porsche 928S. Cars were built between 79 and 94. Fantastic vehicle. I happened to buy this about 3 years ago. It was actually a barn find. Sat in a barn for 10 years. And I've been working to restore the car and kind of get it to where it is today. One of the really interesting things about these cars is originally they were supposed to replace the 911. Thank God they didn't. They're fantastic GT Cruisers in what they are. But what you see here is a car that I drive pretty much every weekend, and it's just a great car to go out and take long cruises in. Very much appreciate the fact that the engineering that we see in the vehicle is so well thought out. It has a 5-liter, 8-cylinder engine, roughly 300 horsepower. It has Wysock steering, which is very interesting. Something that was a bit of a novelty at the time, which is the rear wheels actually have passive steering as well. So as you drive the front, the rear accommodates, and it really does make for a tremendous ride, tremendous performance. Really want to thank the folks here at Porsche Center London for putting on such a tremendous Cars and Coffee during the summer. It's a great organization, and they really have supported those of us who are in the vintage enthusiast community.
I'm Ryan. This is a 2023 718 GT4. I guess a little bit about me. I'm from a small town. My dad had a 65 Mustang when I was a kid, so I liked cars ever since then. And if I'm really honest, I adored Mustangs, but I loved Porsches, so I stared at those all the time while my dad was standing next to his green Mustang. And I'm self-employed, so when you start a business when you're young, you don't have any money, you kind of have to give up on the dreams of these things. You have to understand that. I worked for 10 years, built the company up, and at some point I decided I could probably buy my first Porsche. So I bought a black Cayman, I bought it used, I loved it. I traded it quickly into a 718 Spyder. I loved that. And right after I bought that, I decided to order this, which I spec'd from new. So this is 2023 718 GT4. The color is mint green. Back in the days when I ordered this 2 or 3 years ago, you didn't have color samples to look at, so you just sort of picked from pictures on the internet. So I spent time Googling names, and I spent time looking at photos and trying to understand light dynamics on different cars. And this car is quite rare in this color, so I was never able to find a photo of this car in this color. So I was sort of just shooting in the dark. But I loved mint green because in the 90s, Porsche launched mint green for 2 years on the 964 RS, which would be 1990, 91, and 92. And I loved the color. And you can actually look at the spec of the car and know that I sort of, it was, I guess, inspired by 964 RS, which back in those days, you could only have black brakes, you could only have silver wheels, you could only have fun colors. So this is sort of the ethos for this car, and I get a lot of compliments on it, and I think people actually don't realize that I sort of just followed Porsche's influence in the 90s, which they'd come up to 30 years ago, that this was a great color combo. And the thinking behind all that was that you didn't want anything on this car to distract from a bright paint color. So we kept everything very simple. The interior is black, there's no colored stitching, it's all just silver stitch, leather, black interior. It does have the carbon buckets and the carbon ceramic brakes, which we love. And having owned 3 of these cars, I understood that I wanted these brakes. And the production lead time for something like this was just over 2 years because there were delays. This arrived in the middle of COVID. There were supply chain issues, et cetera, and I begged Porsche to delay the car farther to make sure I got the stuff I wanted. And we love the car. We've driven it 13,000 kilometers in 2 years, and I sort of view it as my keeper spec car. I'll likely have it forever. I don't imagine I'll move it on for anything else. I might buy another one day, but this is our one.
Hey, good morning. My name is Brian, and I own this 1987 928 S4. I've had it for about 12 years. It's a US car. We're here at Porsche London today. They put on these Cars and Coffees events once a month. As I said, Mike, I've owned my car for about 12 years. It was originally owned by a doctor out of Connecticut, and he purchased it to drive back and forth to Florida. So most of the miles on the car are highway miles. Most of the car is original. The paint is original, the interior is original. I've had it rubbed out. The interesting thing about it is that the wheels on it are BBS wheels. Those were an option in Germany, and the original owner decided that he wanted to see those wheels on his car. So he ordered the car with those, which is a very rare thing to happen now. You can buy them as aftermarket.
So, we are inside a 2023 Porsche Taycan 4S Cross Turismo, the wagon style. A little bit about me, my name is Boris Sarun. I was one of the brand ambassadors here, but now I'm also the business manager. So, a little bit of background and getting started with the store. Always been a Porsche fanatic, love the cars, love everything about them. And something special about the Porsche way. You get inside one, you drive it, you feel it, and everything about it just kind of embodies the passion that you have for it. The handling, the power. Now this one's actually all electric, so it's a full EV model, and the 4S actually pumps out 472 pound-feet of torque, 562 horses, and that can definitely get you booting real easy. So we're having a nice little drive. We're gonna enjoy it there through and through. And one of the cool things about the vehicle, we've got actually 4 screens on this particular one. You got the main dash cluster, the main unit in the center. This even has a passenger display because it's got the technology package alongside of it as well. And then the center one controls all the main temperature and seat controls of the vehicle. I've got it in Sport Plus mode. Gives you that nice e-tron sound, or the E sound that gives for the performance. And hunkers down the vehicle a little bit more, and she can definitely get going. Essentially, Porsche as a brand has always been geared more for performance, but not only performance, but reliability and endurance. And when we talk about the heritage of the company, going back to the old Le Mans days, we were 19 world champ winners and still going strong with a lot of the new technology now. EV is definitely a big push, and being able to get through and through a little bit more in terms of power, performance, and again, reliability with endurance is a big thing. But the feel, the power, and just the overall sensation that you get with the vehicle's embodiment, that's where it really hones in on that performance aspect of it. In terms of racing heritage, from the models of all the GT cars, GT3 RSs, the 2 RSs, even to the hybridization of the 918 Spider, that alone is a beautiful feat all on itself. And you know what? You get a little bit of that when you put it into all the Taycans. And I'm a bit more of an adventurous kind of person, so having a cross turismo wagon style allows you to just give me a little bit more of that space in the back. But being able to drive the vehicles, enjoy the nice scenery in the cars, the feel, just the overall sheer power of it, the handling is where you really kind of hone in on that, and it just makes you feel right at home as well. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing that they put together.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Cruise TV Canada. If you would like to feature your car, event, or automotive business on future episodes, please reach out to us on our Instagram. Until next time, I'm your host, Stephanie Nestoria, and we will catch you cruising on the open roads.